I Dream of Jeannie ends because of this scene. It was in 1965 when a 2,000-year-old Jeannie met an astronaut and gave rise to a long-running TV series, I Dream of Jeannie. Their story entertained people from 1965 to 1970. Barbara Eden played the character of a genie named Jeannie, while Larry Hagman played the role of the astronaut, Tony Nelson. The TV show would have continued beyond its 5 seasons but was canceled abruptly due to one particular scene that antagonized fans, and they lost interest in the whole saga. I Dream of Jeannie ends because of this scene. It was the chemistry between Eden and Hagman that kept viewers hooked to this show, but that's what was compromised in the end, leading to the demise of this TV show. Learn some interesting bits about this popular show of its time. Barbara Eden was successful in hiding her pregnancy. She was pregnant during the first 10 episodes, but her baby bump wasn't noticeable, even when she had to wear a scantily clad costume. A guard told Hagman the show is canceled. Hagman didn't receive the information directly from the producer or anyone else. He had finished filming the show's 5th season and went to vacation in South America. After returning, he proceeded to the dressing room, where the guard told him the show was canceled. Barbara Eden, the Lion Whisperer. The lion was a big attraction in the show, but it didn't react to everyone in the same way. The lion greeted Hagman with loud roars, but got along well with Eden. No theme song during the first season. The theme song that became popular was introduced only at the start of the 2nd season. The first season had been made in black and white, but the new season started in color and with the theme song. Eden was against Jeannie marrying Tony. Eden opposed this marriage. She believed the show worked because of the sexual tension between a genie and a human, and once that was removed, people will lose interest in the show. She was proved right. The original story was planned as Jeannie turning into a genie. The initial story plan was that a mortal woman named Jeannie refused the marriage proposal of Blue Jin and then was turned into a genie and put in a bottle. The last show of the network in black and white. The first season of this TV show was the last black and white show appearing on the network. Why the bedroom doors were always open on the show? Well, the censor rules of that time required the show Jeannie leaving the room. The generation was not yet ready for hanky-panky scenes on TV screens. The twin sister of Jeannie was played by Eden herself. Many fans didn't realize that, but now you know. The twin sister had dark hair and was played by Barbara Eden herself. The sister was evil and created troubles. Not only lion, Ian was not afraid of dealing with the other deadly animals as well. Everyone could feel terror at the roar of the lion, but Eden remained at ease. She petted it to calm it down, helping everyone on the set to get the perfect shot. Other animals like dogs also appeared on the show. She had to film the pilot episode in freezing conditions. The filming was held in Malibu on Zuma Beach. The location represented a deserted island of the South Pacific. The shooting was held in freezing winter, and yet Eden loved it so much that she considers it her favorite episode. Questions were raised about the proclivities of Jeannie and Tony. As Hagman once remarked, how this gorgeous woman kept making advances at him, but he kept using the excuse of his career. Both of them were not interested in marriage. The harem costumes of Jeannie were getting destroyed all the time. They were constantly getting damaged due to her heels. Only a few outfits survived at the end of the show. This problem kept the costume designers busy throughout the seasons. Eden kept the genie bottle in the bank vault. The bottle's been a very popular TV prop, so no wonder she decided to keep it in her bank vault. It remained with her for a long time before she donated it to the Smithsonian. The genie's bottle had nothing high-tech about it. It was a simple Jim Beam decanter decorated with hand painting. It cost several $100s and was stored and handled carefully due to its importance in the show's story. No belly button, please. The censorship rules allowed cleavage but not belly buttons. Keep trying to figure out any logic to it. The whole set was burned down once the show ended. This was a common practice in Hollywood during those times, as it was expensive to store or dismantle and sell the set's structural items and props. The field publicity stunt. The fake wedding, staged by NBC, proved the nemesis of this show, and it ended shortly after that. The show inspired Hanna-Barbera to make a cartoon based on it. The cartoon show Jeannie ran for 2 years. In this story, a teenage surfer finds the Genie's bottle that has Jeannie in it. She protected him from unwanted suitors in high school. A movie inspired this TV show. It wasn't Bewitched, but The Brass Bottle, featuring the same Barbara Eden, that was the inspiration behind the show. Black and white show to keep the magic believable. The TV was transitioning at that time from color to black and white, but the show was retained in black and white because it was difficult to recreate similar visual effects of smoke in color. The Monkees. The same network was telecasting The Monkees, where characters would sometimes make references to Jeannie. The show had Phil Spector before he was convicted in a murder case. The music producer was in the episode where Jeannie tries to become a singer. The characters referred to him by his real name, but the credit listed him as Steve Davis. California landmarks like the Hollywood Hills. It was at the Hollywood Hills where the episode of Cocoa Beach were filmed. The original show was planned near Cape Kennedy, Florida. A Los Angeles Air Force Base was supposed to be Keeley's office. Eden was invited in 1996 to speak on Space Days. She attended this event after the show had ended 27 years back. A street sign was erected to mark her popular show. The sign reads, "I Dream of Jeannie Lane." The changing color of Jeannie's bottle. The color of the bottle changed from smoke green to gold to purple, but very few viewers noticed the change. The show popularity increased during the reruns. The show achieved higher ratings when WPIX TV station telecast its reruns. It went on to win number 13 rating. In the audience spot, it received number 23. The show came out ahead of network competition and remained popular for a long time. The show showed NASA astronauts in the wrong area. It showed them in Florida, but their real location was Texas. Genies are bound to get human facts wrong, or should they? Charmed mentioned I Dream of Jeannie and copied the get-ups. An episode of Charmed was named I Dream of Phoebe and even copied the costumes of I Dream of Jeannie. The title of the show was taken from a parlor ballad of 1854. The original song by Stephen Forster, Jeannie with the Light Brown Hair, inspired the show's title. Jeannie appeared on Brady Bunch. You must have noticed Eden as Jeannie in the sequel of Brady, a very Brady sequel. Eden and Hagman come together on Dallas. Both appeared on Dallas TV show. She quipped that Leanne Nelson was her maiden name. Those who have watched their marriage on the TV show will understand this joke. Eden, Then and Now. Her role as Jeannie got her 2 Golden Globe nominations. She appeared not only in TV reunion movies, but also in Dallas, Valley, and Harper. Hagman became the Mad Monk of Malibu. His eccentric behavior earned him the nickname. Now what behavior would cause people to give him this nickname? For example, he wore a chicken suit and traveled on a Harley bike to go grocery shopping. Eden's husband was on the show as well. Her first husband, Michael Ansara, played Blue Jin and was the bad guy in the show. connection between Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie. It's not simply a speculation. Paul Lynde was on both I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched. Larry Hagman as Tony Nelson. After appearing on this popular show, Hagman was also seen in Dallas, Nip Tuck, and The Simpsons. Bill Daly. Daly later played roles in Alf and The Bob Newhart Show. He also returned to this iconic role in 2 TV movies based on the show. William Rourke, who played Dr. Wilfred Bellows. He used to work in theater before this series. He passed away some years after returning to the reunion movie in 1985. I Dream of Jeannie debuts on television on September 19, 1967. In next seasons, it appeared as Charming Jeannie and was more successful in color. Everyone in this world would want to find that amazing bottle that releases a genie who fulfills all wishes. Tony Nelson, the NASA astronaut, was that lucky person. He found that bottle after landing on a remote island. He came back home with that bottle and freed the beautiful blonde who'd been locked up inside that mysterious bottle for 2,000 years. No wonder she fell in love with her rescuer and wanted to fulfill all his wishes. Except that many of her helpful acts ended up getting him into trouble. I Dream of Jeannie ends because of this scene. The show was going all great with high ratings, but it was canceled abruptly due to one scene that led the audience to lose interest in the show. The chemistry between Eden and Hagman was the glue that kept the show together and moving. Viewers could sense some physical attraction between them, and that sexual tension kept viewers coming back to the show. NBC decided to stage a fake wedding of Eden with Hagman before the show was going to run an episode showing them marrying. The broadcaster wanted to increase viewership of I Dream of Jeannie. Journalists and TV writers were invited to attend this fake wedding. Eden knew the idea would be a disaster and was against it. She knew these 2 characters getting married would finish the sexual tension that kept the show on air. A human marrying a genie is unlikely to go well with the viewers who have been watching them for so long. Storyline also had this mythology that a genie cannot be photographed, and still a professional photographer was present to shoot the wedding scenes. Eden was proved right, and the publicity stunt was not received well by the viewers of the show. They could sense the insincerity of the wedding effort and turned against the actors and their characters. The show was canceled immediately after this infamous publicity stunt. Hagman had revealed in a 2004 interview that he learned about the cancellation of the show from the studio guard who broke the news to him that there are no plans to extend the show to a 5th season. He wasn't surprised as the show's ratings had been coming down since the wedding episode. NBC bosses also thought they had enough episodes to start reruns. They could make money without spending on the production costs of the new episodes. Well, NBC canceled the show due to poor ratings as it fell out of the top 30 shows. Both stars blamed viewers losing interest in the show on the wedding episode. Once the romantic tension between Tony and Jeannie was gone, fans lost interest in watching the show. As Barbara Eden said in 2015, that the credibility of the show was damaged because people knew Jeannie was not a human. Even Larry Hagman had the same opinion that once they got married, the show wasn't going to work. The ratings dropped steadily after that episode. The wedding episode was telecast in December 1969. NBC canceled the show in 1970, although it returned with 2 TV movies with the story. These movies did not have Larry Hagman, who gained more prominence from his appearance on the television soap opera Dallas, where he played a negative character.